everybody. So today we're going to do another DIY. I don't know if you saw my first video, but it was on how to make your own lipstick. And so today we are going to make our very own deodorant. The way they make deodorant nowadays, it's very unhealthy for you because they add a lot of aluminum into the deodorant so you can stop sweating. It has been linked to like cancer and Alzheimer. It causes problems like all up in your brain. So you don't really want to use it. It's not that good for you to use, even though it does stop you from sweating. Natural deodorant, it doesn't make you stop sweating, but I feel like when you use it, when you like completely stop using regular deodorants and start using like natural deodorants, I feel like it does help with you sweating less. You will need some cornstarch. Let me see. So here's the cornstarch that I picked out. You don't have to use this cornstarch. You can use whatever cornstarch that you want. I decided on this cornstarch because this is the one I could find. It was actually kind of hard to find cornstarch where I live, but I found this one, and I didn't buy a bigger container because I saw like there was like a bigger size container, but I wanted to try out first the deodorant before I actually bought a bigger container. And then if you saw my lipstick video, then you would see that I'm using coconut oil. We're going to bring out this guy again. As you can see, it's organic virgin coconut oil. You'll be using that. And also, you'll be using baking soda. See? Baking soda. You can use whichever baking soda you want. If you want to get like a more organic baking soda, or you want to get one that's finer powder, anything, any type of baking soda that you want to use. You don't want to get like a really clumpy, like big grain baking soda, but you know, a good pure, good to use baking soda is something that you want to use. You also need measuring spoons because we'll have to measure out our ingredients, and you'll also need a little measuring cup. I have the size already that I need. I have 1/4 a little cup right here, but if you don't have 1/4 a cup, obviously you can use whatever you have. If you have like a big measuring cup, whatever, as long as it has 1/4 measurement on it. And you'll need a mixing bowl. I have a little plastic one, so it'll be easy to clean up, easy to use. So you're going to want to start out with mixing your dry ingredients. So you're going to want to mix your cornstarch and your baking soda together just to get any lumps out and to get it in the bowl. See, it's very powdery. And you're going to want 1/4 cup of this cornstarch. You can also use arrowroot if you have arrowroot. It's supposed to be a little bit more for delicate skin. But if you don't have arrowroot, then cornstarch is perfectly fine for you to use. So, you get the cornstarch. You want to start by measuring it out. If I can get it out. See? 1/4. This stuff is very fine. Like sticks like crazy. Use a napkin. You will also need the same exact measurement for your baking soda. So that'll be 1/4 baking soda. So just take whatever baking soda that you have chosen to use and measure it out. Baking soda helps if you like get smelly or anything. It's really good for you. You can use baking soda for a lot of things. You can also use it for cleaning products. If you want to go for more natural cleaning products, then baking soda is always nice to use. And this will help with the baking soda too, because sometimes like baking soda just straight on is not so comfortable on the skin. So when you mix it with all this other stuff, it's better. No, I'm making a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. You want to make sure there's no lumpies in it. There was some lumpies in it. Just want to break that down. This is going to make a pretty good size amount of deodorant, and you can either put it in a jar. If you have an old deodorant container, you can put it in there. Just save your old deodorant container. Or you can shape it into a bar, use it as a bar, however you see fit, however you want to use it. Okay, so the last thing you need is coconut oil. You're going to want about 6 tablespoons of coconut oil. So see, 6 tablespoons. I'm going to measure it out. Now, if you have coconut oil already in your house, you know it kind of gets kind of hard in the fridge. So I left it out for a little bit so it can get a little bit easier to scoop. And it's a little easier to work with if you previously let it sit out. So that's 1. 2. 3. Smells really good. 4. I want to get most of the majority off the spoon so that you're measuring good and well. 5. 6. So 6 spoons. And now what you're going to do is you're going to work this all together until it becomes a nice little deodorant. When you're working the coconut oil into it, it's going to start forming and it's going to feel like a regular little piece of deodorant. It doesn't do it right away either, because you have to get all the little lumps out and make sure it all forms together. Now if you have more powder and you think you want to add more coconut oil, that's perfectly fine. You can do it. Get it to your consistency how you want it. You're going to be the one wearing it. Also, you can add essential oils. So if you wanted to have a nice fruity smell or anything like that, then, you know, just get yourself an essential oil and you can add it to it and make it your own. I'm not adding an essential oil. I do have some essential oils, but I just don't think they would be a good flavor for a deodorant. You can also add vitamin E in it. Some people like adding vitamin E in it. I'm just going to get in there, work it with my hands. As you can see, it's starting to clump together. And of course, you don't have to put your hands in it like I just did. I just find it easier to mix it. And it really is right there. It's really feeling like a deodorant. Got deodorant on my hands now. It smells amazing. If only you could smell this. Well, if you're making it, then you can smell it, but it smells so good. If you like the smell of coconut. If you don't, like I said, you can put an essential oil in it. But I love anything that smells like a coconut. Lotions, body washes, shampoo, anything coconutty. And look at there. It really feels like a deodorant. I feel like I have a deodorant all over my hands now. I'm going to try to scoop it off. And if you think it's too smushy, then of course you can always add your own thing of putting more powder in it. You can always put more baking soda in it. or cornstarch, whichever you prefer. I might add a little bit more cornstarch just to make it less liquidy. Once that coconut melts, it is like, oof, very melty. Gets all over. And this really does feel like a deodorant. You'd be so surprised on how much of a deodorant this feels like right now. So I put my deodorant in the container. This is the container I chose to use because really it's the one I had available to use. Now if you have a deodorant, like a little deodorant container, then you can also put it inside of this container. It'll work just as fine. But what I used was I took a hair product jar, and it was an empty hair product jar. I took the label off and I put it in here, and it holds it very well. If you think it's still too liquidy for you, you can always experiment and add a little bit more cornstarch or a little bit more baking soda, whatever feels right for you. It does feel a little bit liquidy, what I have right now, but I put a little bit on my skin and I rubbed it on, and it was actually not a bad consistency to have on your skin. Because once you start rubbing it in, the oils kind of soak in a little bit, and the powder it holds on. So I think it works pretty well at this consistency. I will keep trying it, and then I will let you know what I think about this on my blog. And yeah, I'll let you know how this goes and let you know what I think, and also let me know what you think of it, and if you added any extra things to yours and how it's working for you, and if you like it, if you see any change in how much you sweat maybe, or you don't sweat, or if you stink or you smell or whatever, just let me know. And if you like this video, please press the thumbs up button. You don't have to, but it would be nice. And also, if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do it. It would be nice as well. And have a good day. Bye.